Welcome to Entering Achievement Data Manually. In this module, you'll learn how automatic data extraction works in CQRS, as well as how to input achievement data manually and adjust submitted results. In addition, you will learn how manual and automatic data extraction interact. Let's begin by reviewing how automatic data extraction works and how automatic and manual data extraction interact. Recall that on at least a monthly basis, NHS Digital extracts the required data from the GP clinical systems primarily through the General Practice Extraction Service, or GPES, which aggregates the data and passes it to CQRS. Note that data extracted in this way cannot be updated or amended manually by the service provider. However, service providers can access the Data Submission tab within CQRS to manually enter data that is not supported by the automated extract. CQRS uses both the automated and manual data to calculate achievement for the service provider. CQRS records if the service provider's data is automatically extracted or manually entered by the service provider. Service providers are only allowed to manually enter data in limited circumstances. Why does data have to be entered manually instead of retrieved from the service provider clinical system? For some quality services, there's an element of achievement data that will need to be manually entered. The two most common examples are when certain quality services require some achievement data that cannot be automatically extracted, as the data that supports it is not recorded in clinical systems. For example, results from a survey or whether staff have received particular training. Or when achievement data has been previously submitted and needs to be updated. For example, a service provider might have entered some information earlier in the year that has changed and needs updating. When GPES cannot provide the data for a quality service, then it will need to be entered manually. This could be because the GP practice does not have a clinical system supported by GPES. The GP practice clinical system supplier does not support one or more quality services, or the GP practice clinical system is unavailable due to technical issues. The Record Achievement interface allows you to add or update achievement data in fields that are not grey static text. Please note that this functionality can only be completed by users with an achievement entry role in CQRS. You can find out more about CQRS user roles in the CQRS administration module, as well as the user roles job aid. Let's take a look at how to submit data manually. From the home screen, select the Data Submission tab. Service providers will see two sub-tabs: Record Achievement and Record Aspiration. The screen defaults to the Record Achievement sub-tab. The Record Achievement Financial Year drop-down menu lets you choose the financial year you would like to view. The field defaults to the current financial year. You can change this field to the next financial year. The Quality Service drop-down menu lets you choose which service you are recording achievement for. The Quality Service drop-down shows additional quality service details. It lists the quality service type, for example, QOF, DES, or VAC, the payment type, monthly, quarterly, or annual, and the name of the service. A row in the Quality Service drop-down menu is highlighted if the service provider has one or more open manual submission due tasks for that quality service. The Achievement Date drop-down presents a list of valid submission dates for the selected service. Note that dates highlighted yellow indicate payment dates. You will need to select the date that you are making a submission for and then select the Add New Achievement button. The Achievement Date Last Updated table shows dates for achievement submission and the last update for that achievement date. After selecting the quality service and achievement date, if you select the Add New Achievement button, the service will display achievement details, including the practice list size as provided by NHAIS Exeter quarterly. This cannot be manually adjusted. Indicator groups and status of the indicators submitted or in progress. You may drill down into the groups to view indicator information by selecting a link in the indicator group. Note that you can also use the Back to Record Achievement link to go back to the previous screen. The Record Achievement interface allows you to add or update achievement data in any field that is not set as read-only. To do this, select a link from the indicator group column. To record indicator data, follow these steps. select or enter values, when applicable, in the New Values fields, by either selecting a drop-down arrow or manually entering data into the field. Once you have manually changed any values and entered any submission notes in the text box, for example, the reason for your change, you can select one of the following: Submit Achievement Data to submit the data, Save Work in Progress to store work in progress without submitting achievement data or triggering calculations, or Cancel to clear entered values. To access your work from the Record Achievement page, you can either select the achievement date link that corresponds with the date, or select from a list of valid submission dates from the Achievement Date drop-down, and then select the Add New Achievement button. Both will take you to the Achievements Details page. Then you can select the Indicator Group link and complete your work. Selecting the Submit Achievement Data button submits all updated achievement data. Once submitted successfully, a confirmation message will appear. To confirm the information has been updated, click on the appropriate indicator. The updated value will appear under the Submitted Values column. You can also view the new achievement data by accessing the Achievement tab or the Reports tab and Achievement sub-tab. Service providers and commissioning organizations can adjust manually submitted data at different stages in the quality service process. For example, a service provider might have entered some information earlier in the year that has changed and needs updating. Service providers can adjust manually submitted data any time before they declare their achievement. Note that data automatically extracted from NHS Digital (GPES) cannot be adjusted by the service provider. These values will be grayed out on the Record Achievement screens. If the service provider believes the data is incorrect, the commissioning organization can make adjustments on their behalf. A commissioning organization can adjust data for any indicator for a service provider until the achievement is declared and financially approved, including those indicators where data is submitted from NHS Digital. The service provider will be informed via a message that data has been adjusted. Once a service provider has declared achievement, only a commissioning organization can adjust data prior to financial approval. The service provider will then have to approve these adjustments and declare achievement again. However, once an achievement and payment declaration has been financially approved, it cannot be changed on the system by the commissioning organization. Very occasionally, for some quality services, the service provider may need to record their aspiration. Recording aspiration is done in the same way as recording achievement. Commissioning organizations with the achievement entry role can enter achievement and aspiration data for their service providers. Let's see how. Commissioning organizations with the achievement entry role will see two sub-tabs to enter achievement and aspiration data for their service providers: Record Provider Achievement and Record Provider Aspiration. Now let's look at how commissioning organizations enter achievement and aspiration data for their service providers. Selecting the Record Provider Achievement tab provides a list of service providers. The Record Service Provider Achievement Financial Year drop-down menu lets you choose the financial year you would like to view. The field defaults to the current financial year. You can change this field to the next financial year. Selecting a service provider name allows you to navigate to the Record Service Provider Achievement page. If you select a valid submission date from the Achievement Date drop-down and then select the Add New Achievement button, the service will display achievement details similar to what we covered earlier in this module. The Record Achievement interface allows you to add or update achievement data in any field that is not set as read-only. In this example, let's walk through the process of updating data. Select a link from the Indicator Group column. The manual data entry screen displays. Let's scroll to the bottom of the page. To update indicator data, follow these steps. Enter group-level values, when applicable, in the New Values fields. In this example, we are changing the numerator for HF004 from 143 to 145. Once you have manually added any new values and entered any submission notes in the text box, for example, the reason for your update, you can select one of the following: Submit Achievement Data to submit the data, Save Work in Progress to store work in progress without submitting achievement data or triggering calculations, or Cancel to clear entered values. In this example, we will select the Submit Achievement Data button. Selecting the Submit Achievement Data button submits all updated achievement data. You can see the results of the update by accessing the Achievements Details page in the same ways we learned earlier in this module. For example, you can select the link displayed on this screen. Submitted values appear under the Submitted Values header. In this example, the original numerator for HF004 has been updated from 143 to 145. To record aspirations for a service provider, select the Record Provider Aspiration sub-tab under Data Submission. The Record Aspiration Financial Year drop-down menu lets you choose the financial year you would like to view. The field defaults to the current financial year. You can change this field to the next financial year. Selecting a service provider name allows you to navigate to the Record Service Provider Achievement page. The Quality Service drop-down menu lets you choose which service you're recording aspiration. The payment period links allow you to navigate to the Aspiration Details page for the selected payment period. Selecting a link from this page navigates you to the Recording Indicator Aspiration page. To enter aspiration values, follow these steps. Enter a new value for each aspiration value listed in the table. Enter any submission notes in the text box. Selecting the Save Work in Progress button stores your work in progress without submitting aspiration data or triggering calculations. Similar to saving your achievement submission when you last updated your work, and your progress will display in the table. You can access the item in the Aspiration group, revise previously submitted values, and complete your work. Selecting the Submit Aspiration Data button submits all updated aspiration data and triggers immediate payment. This means that once submitted, the aspiration data cannot be revised. Upon submission, you'll receive a message saying that aspiration was successfully submitted. Once submitted, you can view the new aspiration data by selecting the appropriate link. Note that once submitted, the aspiration data cannot be revised. Let's take a few minutes to summarize what we covered in this module. You'll be able to access a central UK-based help desk staffed by knowledgeable people who can swiftly resolve issues and provide informed help and guidance with queries on the system. Help desk support hours will be 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. Note that some links for additional information are displayed. You can also find additional training resources in the CQRS Learning Center. The Online Courses tab contains more in-depth training modules for both commissioning organizations and service providers. The Job Aids and Tutorials tab contains simulation tutorials that demonstrate the specific steps required to complete common and/or critical CQRS tasks and job aids, providing key learning points and steps for common and/or critical CQRS tasks. And finally, you can view, print, or download the CQRS User Guide directly from the CQRS system itself.